So now I would like to go straight to the business of today. And like I told you, I said what we're looking at today is how to write grant winning concept notes as farmers or agripreneurs. How to write grant winning concept notes as farmers and agripreneurs. And you see, I noticed that a lot of farmers have ideas. They have projects on ground, but the challenge is fund. The major challenge is funds. Now, if you know that you have an idea and you have funding problem, then you are welcome. I want to welcome you to this show. Or you are just starting up and you are thinking of getting fund or grant. In fact, I like calling it grant, because the difference between loan and grant is that loan, you are going to repay the loan and also the interest on the loan. But for grant, you are not repaying anything. You are not going to repay the loan or the grant, neither any commission. So once your idea or your project idea meets the requirement of the donors or the investors, then you will get the grant. And you see, there are a lot of grants across nations of the world. There are a lot of grants going on for farmers, for agripreneurs, people that are into agriculture or farming projects. So when I saw that this is one of the areas where a lot of farmers are having challenges or challenge, I decided to say, okay, let me come up with this show and then share information that will help you to gain access to grant funds. So now, how to write bankable, okay, don't let me say bankable. How to write winning concept note that will appeal to donors' mind or appeal to their eyes is what I'm about to share with you. And if you're watching this alone and you know a friend that would like to get this information, I'd like you to please go and share this video with them. Let them know that yes, we are sharing something valuable that will help them, that will add value to their lives. So please, you can share this, start sharing right now on all the groups that you belong to. Let us do this together. Let us do this together, because I know a lot of people are waiting for this information. So please share this information with your loved ones. Let them know that I am talking about how to write concept notes that will appeal to the minds of donors. So let's go straight to the business of today. The first thing that you need to consider when you are putting up a concept note, like I told you in the last episode of this show, that concept note is not a full business plan. It could be a page or 2 pages of your idea. Just put it down in a simple form or simple format for donors to understand what your project idea is all about. So today I'm going to be sharing about 6 steps with you. I'll be sharing about 6 steps with you on how you can write concept note, how you can write good concept note that will appeal to the mind of donors, that will appeal to the minds of investors or anyone that wants to invest in your business. So please stay tuned to the end of this program, like I told you, because it's going to add value to you. So the first thing that you should consider when writing a concept note, I think I need to let you know what concept note is all about, because some people, it's like I'm speaking Greek the last time I mentioned concept note. And why did I mention concept note? It was due to the grant idea or grant opportunity for farmers information that I shared in the last episode of this program. And I noticed that so many people are interested in this project. Let me come up with the website. Let me show you the website of that project. Now let me show you. This is the website. Now it is Trade and Investment Hub. It is Trade and Investment Hub. The website is westafricatradeHub.com. westafricatradeHub.com. Once you get to that website, or you just type www.westafricatradehub.com/co, that's co-investment, like what you're seeing here now, what is written here, co-investment. So that is the website, although I'm going to drop the link below. So now when you get to this link website, you will see the read through, because the text, the font is too small for me to show, although I can zoom it. I don't want to over zoom this stuff. So please go to this website and then see what you can do. Read up the information on the website, but before you fill the form, make sure you have your concept note ready. I think that is what I mentioned that last week too, that make sure you get your concept note ready. Now let me quickly help you out with what concept note is all about. A concept note is a shortest expression which includes very important and relevant information of your project or project idea. Is a shortest expression. You just go straight to the point and tell us or tell the donors what your project idea is all about. Let them know that, okay, I'm going to give you some examples or one example in the course of this show. Now, the size of the concept note should be very, very short. Like I mentioned earlier, just a page or 2 pages maximum. In fact, you don't need 2 pages, a page is okay. And it has to be very short and very informative. Just go straight to the point so that it can appeal to the mind of the donors. And another thing that you need to consider is, once you have an idea, the next thing that you should be thinking of is how to put up the concept note. A lot of people just have idea. Maybe they just jot it down without working on the concept note. And in this show, I will be sharing with you 5 things that should be in your concept notes, or 5 sections or things that should be in your concept note. So that is what will help you to write a winning concept note that can help you to have access to funds to fund your project. And don't forget, I'm talking to farmers, either existing farmers or would-be farmers. I mean, aspiring farmers. So please make sure you already have a project, because the idea that I'm sharing with you is for those that have something that have something on ground already. If you have something on ground, if you have an idea, then you can follow the steps that I'll be sharing in this show or on this show. So that is why I came up with these, that you need to learn how to write a concept note, winning concept note that will appeal to the mind of donors. Now, the first section to consider in your concept note is the introduction section. Now, on the introduction section, what should you have there? What you should have is you introduce brief introduction of your company. If you have a registered company, brief introduction of your company and what your company is into. Now, for example, if your company is like mine, that is into agriculture and renewable resources, you say, I hereby, okay, this is to introduce to you Greener Innovations Limited, a company that is, into agriculture or agribusiness and whatever you are into. Now, once you write that, you just write short something. They don't need to. They are not asking you to say it was registered with or the company is registered with CAC. I mean, Corporate Affairs Commission, not Christ Apostolic Church. Now, you don't need to say it's registered or incorporated with CAC. No, just once it's a company, they know that it has to be incorporated. So what the next thing that you need to do, once you introduce your company and what your company is into, okay, this is to introduce so XYZ Company Limited to you. Then that is we are into so thing. Then the next section has to be the title. Now the title also has to be short. I mean the title of your project. That should be the next section. Now the title of the project, for example, for me, I like organic stuff. So I can say tomato or organic tomato or organic vegetable production. Now, that's the title of my project. For example, if that is the title of your project, now title it, let it be a subheading and say organic vegetable production or organic tomato production. Whatever you want to do, title it, and then you now do the next thing under the title is A, introduction of the project. Introduce the project where you will state the problem that you are trying to solve. Because one thing about project or idea is this: your idea must be able to solve a problem. A lot of people just have idea and they are thinking of the money. This thing will make more money. Now, apart from the money that it will generate, what problem do you want to solve? Do you want to solve, for example, if you are going into food, organic vegetable production, what problem do you want to solve? Now, if I were you and I want to go into organic vegetable production, what I would say is that, okay, this problem is to solve the effect of GMO in our food consumption. So, and that will also control health issues or health challenges in the lives of your target audience. So, you just write something to buttress your project idea, but majorly say something about the problem that you are trying to solve. Then the next thing after that is explain the root cause of the problem that you want to solve. What is the root cause? Then after that, the next part in under title is explain the opportunity behind your project or project idea. Explain the opportunity behind the project idea in line with the problem that you are trying to address. I believe this is very, very simple for you to understand. Now, under that section, like I mentioned, you explain the opportunity behind your project, our project idea, in line with the problem that you want to solve. You see, if you are looking or seeking for grant or loan, every investor or donor wants to know what problem you want to solve. Is it unemployment rate problem? Do you want to solve unemployment? Is it that you want to solve food insecurity problem? So whatever problem you want to solve, you have to identify it in your idea and begin to articulate it in your concept note. Now, the part 3 of your concept note has to be itemize the goals and objectives of your project or project idea. You have to itemize it. Now, under this section, you are not writing a epistle. Just itemize. I have to select the use of my words. Itemize. Number 1, the goal is to create jobs. The goal is, so you write about 4 or 5 points, 5 goals and objectives is okay. You don't need to write long story. Just itemize them or state them. 4 or 5 goals is enough. Be specific. Don't write long sentences. Just, be specific, and that is all for the goals and objectives section of your project idea. Then the next section will now be, you need to explain the uniqueness of your project. Why should they support or give you grants? Why should investors or donors, why should they give you grants? You see, these are the questions that you need to be thinking while you are writing your concept note. A lot of people don't think of this. They just think, let me put a business idea or a business concept or concept note together or business plan. Even if you are writing a business plan, of which if you can write down all these things that I'm explaining to you, as in if you can put up a concept note, your business plan will be easier for you to come up with. This is an idea that a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand. And when they need business plan, they will now be running helter skelter to look for a consultant that will be writing that for you. And you see, one thing that you don't understand about consultants is this. Some of them, they have templates. They will just do editing or copy and paste. They will just edit and say, okay, let me just put this and put this there and give it to you. But because you don't know about it, you just go and present it, and you see that when they ask you to come and defend the business plan, you see that you will not be able to defend it. So to avoid that, what you need to do is make sure you are the one that put up your concept note. Even if you are going to give your business plan to a consultant, at least that will help the consultant to develop a good business plan for you. It will help the consultant. It will help. So don't assume that the consultant knows everything. Yeah. Or even if he knows everything or knows what you are going into, you see, he might have a lot of jobs on ground that he doesn't have time to make more research about your proposal or your business plan. So that is why you must do your homework before you consult a consultant. That is the way I work. If I want to consult for my client, I tell them, give me your concept notes, then I can come up with a business plan. But some people don't know this. They just say, hey, business plan. I want to get loan. I need business plan. Help me to write business plan. And the timing too. The timing. So please, you need to consider this before you watch out for any loan or grant. Now, the next section that you need to work on is which I titled number 4. The number 4 section is explain the uniqueness of your project. I think I've mentioned that. Explain the uniqueness. Why should donors be interested in what you are presenting? Why should investor invest in this thing? Why? Always think of the why. So it is that, and when you are thinking of the why, you have to be unique from others. If you are doing organic vegetable production, there are a lot of people that are doing it. Why should they invest in yours? What would distinguish you from others? What is that unique selling USP? Yes. What is your USP that would help you to be different from others, from other farmers? You need to think of this. Is it your packaging? Is it your, you have to think of it. Then the next section, which is the number 5 section, which is supposed to be the last section anyway, is the budget. Now, when you get to the budget section, you are not expected to write a bogus budget or a detailed analysis of your budget. No. Because you don't need a detailed analysis of your budget. What you need is just give them a budget. Okay, if what you need, the total fund that you need for your project is, let's say 1 million or 1 million naira or 5 million naira. Now you do the budget. This is what I need for this and for this. Then if you are contributing part of the budget, you let them know that I'm contributing 20% of this. So I'm looking for 80%. Or I am contributing 10%. I need 90%. Or I'm contributing for 50%. I only need 50% grant. See, don't present a concept note if you don't have what you are contributing. And your contribution could be in cash or in things that you have already. Now, for example, if you are looking for 1 million and you've already invested in that project or in that business, you do the valuation of your business of what you have invested in it, and the valuation says you have invested 300,000. So what you are going to do is you should let them know that you have been able to buy this, invested so amount of money, which will be your own contribution to the project or to the budget that you are looking for. So you need 1 million, you've contributed 300,000, you only need 700,000. So that's the idea behind budgeting. Then you now go, you don't need a detailed analysis like I mentioned there, because in your business plan you do the budgeting and the projection. The projection is minimum of 5 years. That is, if you get this grant, this is how you're going to spend it, and this is the returns on investment that you are looking at in between 5 years. Then the final section has to be, you don't don't forget this section. You must include the contact information of your organization alongside the contact person. Who is the contact person? If you are the CEO or the president of the organization, then you let them know that this is the person. My name is so. This is my address. This is my email, preferably email and phone number. So you must have an email and a phone number to contact you. So this is just the simple steps, or these are the simple steps to put up a concept note that can appeal to the minds of donors. So I've simplified it. This is the easiest way for me to simplify it. If you can sit down and put this together, then I am assuring you that just give it a try. You'll be surprised that you can get grant. You can get grant even if your project is worth millions of dollars. You can just keep trying, and don't forget the place of God. Keep on praying to God. Then you'll be surprised that one day you'll come across donors that will be interested in your project idea. And I mentioned something in the last episode of this agro investment opportunities, that if your project is targeted at women or youth, then there is probability that you will get grants. So this is what I have to share with you today. Although I know a lot of people would have questions. If you have questions that you want me to attend to, please, you can drop your question in the comment box, and I will be glad to attend to your question. And but if your question does not meet this live show, because some people might want to watch the replay, you can drop your question and I'll be glad to answer your question later. Once I see your question, I will reply to your question. And I also want you to know that I've created a WhatsApp group, because last week I got a lot of responses from my audience. A lot of people are interested in the grant application, to apply for the grant, and they have been calling, asking how to go about it. But there's something I need to mention here. Please, if you want to apply for this grant, please don't use your mobile phone, because a lot of people are using mobile phone and they say the thing is not working. It's working. What you need is, do not use mobile phone to apply, or to go to this website and click on the application. Now this is where the application is. Once you click here, it will take you to where you can apply, or you click on register. So it will take you to this page. Once you get to this page, you should, if you are on mobile phone, at times it might not bring up this section, the section where you have will you apply as an organization or an individual. So if you click here on your mobile phone, it won't bring up organization or individual. So but make sure you use a PC, or get someone that has a PC that can help you to fill the form. You can say, okay, come up, I will fill the form myself. Just open the website for me. So you click on organization. Then it will take you to all this. You will see the application form, because a lot of people are they were calling me during the week, or that they cannot access this section. Now this is the section I access now. I'm able to get to this section. So you can fill all this form, you fill everything, then you submit. And look at here, authorized representative information is very, very important. And you also have to include it in your concept note. So so you submit your request, and that is all. Very simple. Then the next thing is, don't forget the place of God. Go and be praying that Okay, let me see. I can see Mr. Zeb. You are just an angel sent to us at the right time. Thank you, Mr. Zeb. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, to me everything is well understood. Thank you, Mr. Zeb. So this is very, very simple, and this grant The grant application is open till 24th of June. So if you have a registered organization, even churches, religious organizations can apply. And I told you last week that I'll be coming up with a lot of opportunities like this that Christians or religious organization can apply if you are a church or an NGO. My area of attention is NGOs and non-profit organization or a religious organization. So I'll be sharing some information on this show, and that is why I want to make it a weekly show. It will be coming up every Tuesday 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. by the grace of God, West African time. So please, if you have an NGO, even if it is not agricultural related, you can apply for this type of grant. As long as your project is good, you have a good project idea, then you can apply for it. You can apply. So please get ready. And for those of you, see, one of the things that you need to understand is post-COVID-19 is not waiting for anybody. You need to get ready. You need to be prepared. Like John Maxwell says, that when preparation meets opportunity, what do you expect? You will see there's going to be breakthrough. So why I'm sharing this is for you to prepare for opportunities, because this type of opportunities will show up. They are everywhere, but if you are not prepared, you won't know that they are there and that you can access this type of opportunity. A lot of people think that they can't grant loan, they don't give loan. No, they do. But number one thing is your concept note must appeal to donors before they can grant you loan. You see, just put yourself in the shoes of the donors. That if someone is bringing you this type of concept note, will that concept note appeal to you? Will it convince you? That's the way to think when you are seeking for grant or loan. That's the way to think. Okay, Mr. Simon Oladosun, God bless you. Thank you. Just joined. Thank you for joining. Akin Shemoyi Bruce, thank you for watching. All right, so that is what I have to share with you today. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Mr. Zeb. Okay, you started your application today. Yes, go ahead with your application. You go ahead and submit it. You have a good idea, and like I said, don't forget the place of God. Before you submit your application, commit it into the hands of God, pray about it, and after that, also keep on praying. There is always a force behind every happening in life. So the force of God or divine force can support your application, and you will be surprised. I have a friend that got over $500,000 grant from USAID. I wouldn't want to mention his name, but if he's watching, he knows. He has a project, a very good project, renewable energy project. So we were at World Energy Summit. Is it World Energy Summit? Yes, World Energy Summit at Abu Dhabi together for a summit. And you know, in that summit there are a lot of donors, a lot of people from all over the world. People came from all over the world, Europe. In fact, the keynote speaker was the president of France. Yeah, France president. And you know, there are a lot of people. So during that summit, he was just going from one booth to another, meeting the delegate, and he was sharing his idea with them. I have this idea. Immediately after that program, he got a grant from USAID, over $500,000. Yeah, $500,000. I can say it authoritatively because I know he got it. I know about it. So he got over $500,000. So who says you can't? And it's in Nigeria. The project is in Nigeria, still in Nigeria, running in Nigeria. So it will surprise you. So you can also get yours. Just get ready. Prepare for opportunity. So once you do your concept, now one thing about concept note is this: once you are able to get it once, you get it right now, then any other opportunity that shows up in the future, you can be using the same concept note to apply for the grant or loan. So that's the beauty about it. So this is what I have to share with you. I have a few minutes to wrap up this show. And don't forget, this show is all about agro investment opportunities. The motive behind it is to raise agri-billionaires. agricultural billionaires. We can do it. We can do it. We can we can become billionaires from agriculture. Yes, a lot of people, our forefathers, in fact, a lot of elderly people are making cool money from agriculture. But in my subsequent shows, I'll be sharing with you how you can play if you are a youth, or if you are just coming in, the area that you should play in this century. In fact, in this dispensation, I'll be sharing them with you in my subsequent shows. So I want you to please be connecting with me on this show, Agro Investment Opportunities, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. West African time, and I'll be sharing a lot of opportunities and informations with you. So on this note, permit me to go and do other things, because by 8 p.m. I'll be joining another group for a program. So let me get ready before 8 p.m. And if you have more questions, drop your question in the comment box, and I'll be glad to answer or reply your question. And you can also, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/Taiwo Balogun Impact. In fact, I have loads of videos on that YouTube channel that will add value to your life. Check it out, and also activate the notification button so that whenever I upload any new video, you can be notified. In fact, this video is going to YouTube tomorrow by God's grace. So on this note, I want you to please stay connected to this show every Tuesday and remain blessed. Bye bye.